Harvard University has announced that undergraduate tuition will be free for students of families who make annual incomes of $200,000 or less in a move to make the prestigious institution affordable to more students than ever.
하버드 대학교가 연소득 20만 달러 이하 가정 출신 학부생의 등록금을 전액 면제하겠다고 밝혔습니다. 대학 측은 이에 대해 그 어느 때보다 많은 학생들이 경제적 부담 없이 하버드에서 공부할 수 있도록 하려는 조치라고 설명했습니다. Tell us more.
Yeah, well, Harvard University and a lot of American private schools are notoriously expensive. So Harvard is, I guess, aware of that. And they are making a big move to boost affordability. So they have announced that it will offer free undergraduate tuition for students from families earning $200,000 or less. So starting in the 2025 to 26 academic year, students from families making $100,000 or less will have all costs covered. And that includes tuition, housing, food, health insurance, and travel. So that's like you're going to school for free. And they'll also receive $2,000 grants in their first and junior years to help with school and post-grad transitions. So it's basically like even getting a little allowance for your school years. And Harvard says this expansion will make financial aid available to about 86% of U.S. families. Currently, 55% of undergraduates receive aid with an average family contribution of $15,700. So if you want to go to Harvard, study hard.
And this applies to international students as well, I believe. Maybe not the same, but Harvard is saying that for international students, they will, I think it says they will provide similar benefits, but obviously the money that they're looking at, you know, how much you earn a year is based on American people's salaries.
Yeah.
자, 그래요. 하버드대가 이제 연소득 20만 달러면은 우리 돈으로 한 2억 8천만 원입니다. 2억 8천만 원 이하의 연소득이 있는 가정 출신의 학부생이면 등록금 전액 면제 이렇게 발표를 했어요. 기존 같은 경우에는 그 기준이 연소득 8만 5천 달러였습니다. 우리 돈으로 1억 2천만 원 이하의 연소득이어야지만 등록금 면제였는데 그걸 좀 확대하는 거죠. 그 다음에 이제 만약에 연소득이 1억 4천만 원에 해당되는 10만 달러 이하다 그러면은 등록금뿐만이 아니라 기숙사비, 식비, 건강보험료, 뭐 여행경비까지도 다 대주겠다. 그래서 뭐 그냥 완전 무료로 교육을 받을 수 있게
You just need to go
해주겠다.
there.
이렇게 발표를
You
했고요.
just need to get in.
네, 2025, 26학년도부터니까 그러면은 올 한 9월 정도부터라고 보면 되겠죠?
Yeah.
이런 게 또 있군요.
Yeah.
네. 그래서 아마 좀 이제 궁금하신 게 우리는 뭐 미국 사람들이 아니니까 많은 지금 듣고 계시는 분들 중에 대부분은 미국 분들이 아닐 것 같은데 그러면 외국인은 어떠냐? 외국인 유학생도 미국과 같은 기준으로 재정 지원을 받을 수 있게 하겠다 이렇게 발표는 했는데요. 구체적인 건 좀 이제 아마 이제
we'll have to
문의해보고
see,
해보셔야 될 겁니다.
Well, I think times have changed, but when I was going to school in the U.S., any sort of financial aid, it was difficult to get for international students. So,
대체적으로 그렇죠.
Yeah, make sure to
조금
look into it.
체크를
But if the school is providing the aid, then they might have different sort of rules. So look into it. And they say that it's not just Harvard. A lot of other schools are expanding their financial aid programs to accommodate these lower and middle class families.
Yeah, absolutely. 대체적으로 이제 외국에서 그 현지 아이들, 현지 학생들을 위한 재정 지원이 많이 있죠. 그리고 유학생들은 보통 훨씬 더 학비를 많이 내고 그런 재정 지원이 덜한 편이긴 한데
The tuition's different. In a lot of
등록금
schools.
자체가 다르죠. 네, 보통 유학생들이 훨씬 더 많이 냅니다. 네, 그렇기는 합니다만 하버드에서 어쨌든 취지는 이런 돈 걱정 없이 공부를 할 수 있고 잘하고 뭐 이런 이제 아이라면은 학교 다닐 수 있게 해주겠다라는 그런 취지니까 이거를 좀 구체적으로 해당되시는 분들은 찾아보시면 도움이 되겠다는 생각이 드네요.
I wonder if it will make the school more competitive to get into.
Possibly, yeah. I think that would happen. Right, let's have a look at the word in a move to do something.
Yeah, so in a move to do something, it means taking a specific action or course of action with the intention of achieving a particular outcome or result.
그래요. 뭐뭘 하기 위한 조치다. In a move to do something. And to make something affordable.
To make something affordable, it means to reduce the cost or price of something so that it is within the financial means of more people or to make it accessible to a wider range of consumers.
그래요. Make something affordable은 무엇을 저렴하게 만든다라는 뜻이죠. 우리가 가격을 보고 oh, this is affordable 이렇게 하면 이거 저렴하네 내지는 이 정도는 낼만하네 이런 의미입니다. cheap는 좀 다르죠.
Yeah.
cheap는 싸다. It's not cheap, but it's affordable. 이렇게 말하면 그래도 비교적 저렴하게 뭔가 할 수 있을 때 쓰는 표현입니다.
Yep.
Right. Well, I'm going to read the headline again. Harvard University has announced that undergraduate tuition will be free for students of families who make annual incomes of $200,000 or less in a move to make the prestigious institution affordable to more students than ever. Let's move on to the next headline.
New research suggests that millions of years ago, iguanas embarked on an 8,000-kilometer odyssey from the Americas to the Fiji Islands, drifting on rafts of floating vegetation composed of uprooted trees and small plants.
이구아나가 수백만 년 전에 뿌리째 뽑힌 나무와 작은 풀 등 물 위에 떠 있는 식물류를 뗏목 삼아 북미에서 섬나라 피지로 8,000km 거리를 건너간 것으로 보인다는 새로운 연구 결과가 발표됐습니다. Well, that was a big move, wasn't it?
Yeah, and this story made me smile because I could imagine these
iguanas floating out on sea.
Yeah, on these vegetation or trees.
Yeah.
They're eating away and they're floating and floating until they arrive on Fiji Island, which is 8,000 kilometers away.
Goodness, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a big mystery apparently because these iguanas are not native to the island. So scientists were wondering how on earth did they get there? It's basically by hitching a ride on a raft of floating vegetation. So most iguanas apparently live in the Americas. So researchers previously speculated that they reached Fiji through Asia by walking, or they went through Australia. But this new study suggests that they drifted an astonishing 8,000 kilometers from North America, likely setting a record for the longest ocean journey by a land-dwelling vertebrate. So they analyzed, 14 different iguana species, and they found that Fijian iguanas are most closely related to desert iguanas from North America, and with a common ancestor dating back 31 million years. So there's no way that the Fijian iguanas could have just been born there.
Right.
So researchers noted that these iguanas were perfect castaways because they were tough enough to handle dehydration with a built-in food source, the plants that were beneath their feet on this floating vegetative raft.
피지 아일랜드는 뉴질랜드에서 좀 더 북쪽으로 가면은 있습니다. 호주에서는 동쪽에 있고요. 가보신 분들도 계실 것 같고요. 신혼여행지로도 유명하죠.
Yeah, it's popular.
굉장히 아름다운 곳으로 알고 있는데 그 섬에 있는 이구아나들이 원래 피지 섬에서 생겨난 그 본토가 거기인 동물들이 아니라는 거예요. 북미권에서 살던 이구아나들이 대체 어떻게 이 섬나라까지 갔을까? 지금 새로 거론되고 있는 하나의 이론은 이런 이제 나뭇가지, 풀 이런 게 바다에 둥둥 떠다닐 때 그 위에 타가지고 북미에서 피지 섬까지 갔을 것이다. 와, 대단한 여정인데요. 대단한 긴 여정. They embarked on an odyssey.
Yeah. So we usually talk about an odyssey as being a long and eventful or adventurous journey or experience.
Yeah.
So if you embark on an odyssey, it means to begin a long, adventurous, and often challenging journey.
자, 우리 오디세이라고도 부르는데 영어로는 odyssey 이렇게 발음을 하고요. 여정입니다. 아주 대단한 모험이 될 수도 있겠고 embark on an odyssey, 긴 여정을 떠나다. and to drift.
To drift, it means to be carried slowly by a current of air or water.
그래요. 이제 표류하거나 어디인가 이제 떠다닐 때 drifting이라고 표현을 할 수 있겠습니다. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어볼게요. New research suggests that millions of years ago, iguanas embarked on an 8,000-kilometer odyssey from the Americas to the Fiji Islands, drifting on rafts of floating vegetation composed of uprooted trees and small plants. Let's move on to the final headline.
The privately owned Blue Ghost spacecraft, which landed on the moon earlier this month, has successfully completed its 2-week mission, achieving 100% of its objectives and marking the first fully successful commercial operation on the lunar surface.
이달 초 달에 착륙한 민간 우주선 블루 고스트가 예정된 목표를 100% 달성하면서 2주간의 임무를 성공적으로 마쳤습니다. 민간 기업이 달 표면 탐사 작업을 처음부터 끝까지 완벽하게 해낸 것은 이번이 처음입니다. Tell us more.
Yeah, so Firefly Aerospace, they're officially wrapping up its groundbreaking moon mission, declaring its Blue Ghost lander a 100% success after completing all of its objectives. It's a Texas-based company, and they marked the mission as the first fully successful commercial lunar operation. So this Blue Ghost, it's a 4-legged robotic lander. It's roughly the size of a small car. It spent 2 weeks operating on the moon's near side. It transmitted 120 gigabytes of data, detected the furthest ever GPS signal, vacuumed and sorted lunar dust, and drilled into the soil to measure temperatures. And before finally signing off on Sunday night, it sent a final message saying, "Good night, friends." And the lander is now expected to lie dormant in monument mode on the moon's surface for the foreseeable future.
자, objective라는 표현을 좀 먼저 보고 싶은데요. What is an objective?
An objective is basically a goal. It's a thing aimed at or sought.
목적이나 목표를 objective라고 부르죠. 뭐 강의 계획서 같은 데도 보면은 보통 이제 이 강의의 목표가 뭔지 so the goal이라고 할 수도 있겠지만 objective라는 단어를
I think usually teachers say lesson objectives. Yeah.
그렇죠. So what about commercial operation?
A commercial operation is like a business activity. It's usually focused on, if it's a business, it's like buying, selling, or providing goods and services, and it's for profit.
그래요. commercial이라는 게 뭐 상업적인 목적이 들어있다란 뜻이니까 민간. 그다음에 operation이라는 게 작업이에요. 이 경우에는 민간 기업의 탐사 작업을 말합니다. 다시 한번 제가 읽어볼게요. The privately owned Blue Ghost spacecraft, which landed on the moon earlier this month, has successfully completed its 2-week mission, achieving 100% of its objectives and marking the first fully successful commercial operation on the lunar surface. Well, that's it for the headlines with Karen Choi.